American astronaut Michael Collins once said, "It's human nature to stretch, to go, to see, to understand. Exploration is not a choice, really. It's an imperative." Now, throughout all of history, people have been exploring the unknown and unimaginable wonders of the universe. But before that exploration, there had to have been the curiosity to ask questions. For if we didn't ask questions, then there would be no exploration, and with no exploration, there would be no answers revealed. Hi, my name is Johann, and I'm going to talk about how the process of asking, exploring, and answering has shaped my overall project and research, as it has for many scientists before me, and how it will continue to shape the research of the future. Now, curiosity is something that all people have come across during their lifetime at some point. And it is the people who act upon this curiosity who will go down in history. Names such as Sir Isaac Newton, Rosalind Franklin, Marie Curie, Plato, Albert Einstein, and many others have been remembered throughout history due to the fact that they were willing to delve into the process of exploration and persevere through the many challenges that stood in their way. Now, they all strove for answers and understanding of the universe's many perplexities and mysteries, and they all found the answers and explanations that they were in search for. But with answers and explanations comes more questions and more curiosity, and which in turn comes with more exploration, and with that, more answers, and hopefully a deeper understanding of the world around us. Ask, explore, and answer. This is the process we all must go through to better understand our world and our universe as a whole. Now, as I started my project and research, I really didn't realize at first, but it all really centers around this format of asking, exploring, and then answering. Now, for my research, I really researched a particular piece of futuristic space technology, I guess you could say. It's known as a Dyson sphere, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But for my project, I ended up writing a short science fiction story which I created to attempt to put together all of my research and show what I believe the futuristic civilization would look like. Now, my research idea really came from one question. And this question was, we need more energy to explore space, so where are we going to obtain all this energy from? That is really the question that ended up sparking my exploration. And as I began to ponder this question, I realized that it's going to need, this would require a large amount of energy that would not come from the Earth. It wouldn't be able to come from the Earth, but it would have to come from somewhere else. So it would have to come from the sun. And that's when I began to explore this piece of technology known as a theoretical piece of technology known as the Dyson sphere. So really what a Dyson sphere is, what it could be, is pretty much satellites, and we put satellites and solar panels up into orbit and put it around the sun so that it can collect most, if not all, of the energy that the sun is emitting, and then we could take that energy that the sun is emitting and then transfer it back to the Earth so we can use it for other purposes. And from there, really, as I said, we could use the transferred energy, but not only use it for space exploration purposes, but we could solve really major, or take steps to solve really major issues on Earth itself, such as the big ones, world hunger and poverty. So because the idea of the Dyson sphere is so futuristic, I felt that writing a short science fiction story would help me to express all the causes and effects of what I believe having a Dyson sphere on a future civilization would look like. And with the story that I wrote, it really explores how the ever-worsening effects of climate change have caused a need for a large amount of energy worldwide, and how the civilization's discovery of this Dyson sphere could help them in their greatest time of need. And to help me better understand the different components that would go into my story, I volunteered at the UNH Observatory, and I'm currently doing so right now. And while at the observatory, I worked with a physics and astronomy professor, Johann, and I really learned more in depth about just all of the constellations and the movements of all the planets and the stars themselves. And really this experience through learning has really helped me to accurately portray all of the events and occurrences that have gone on in my story. And so just to recap, I asked the question, where will we obtain the large amount of energy needed to further explore space and better humanity as a whole? And for the exploration part, I explored realistic and different theoretical answers to attempt to answer this question. However, there is no solid answer, so it's still in the midst of being explored. So scientists in the past have asked, explored, and answered topics that have puzzled the world for many years. And I believe it's really imperative that our generation and generations to come will continue this curiosity and exploration that will eventually lead to more answers, which will lead to more questions. And I think it's really important to note that it's not really just within the scientific community that we can use our curiosity to guide us to a better understanding of our world, but through other professions such as artists, teachers, lawyers, businessmen, anything you can think of. Their curiosity, everyone's curiosity really can help us learn more and understand about the world around us. So, with that said, we would not be the people we are today without the curiosity of all people. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist since it was this ask, explore, answer, curiosity, so I have a question. What would you say was most, or I don't know if you could compare them, but most rewarding? I know the UNH Observatory was a long time coming for you, and you pushed and pushed to make that happen. And obviously writing a short story is difficult. What would you say was most memorable for you? The writing, the UNH?
I would just say the UNH Observatory was the most rewarding experience because I think I learned the most out of everything that I've done. I think volunteering at the UNH Observatory was really the one thing that helped me progress.
Awesome. Okay, nice job.
Thank you.